I used to pace the hallway of a future that was never late, wearing polished little worries like they made me heavyweight. Now I step into the morning like the room was built for me. No permission from tomorrow, no appointment with belief. I'm not behind, I'm in rhythm, there's a difference in the feel. One is fear dressed as a calendar, one is barefoot and real. I got sunlight in my posture, I got peace in how I stand. A quiet kind of winning when you stop outsourcing your plans. Ain't no catching up to life, life is right here on the floor. And the second that you feel it, you don't chase it anymore. I was already on time, already in bloom, already enough in the middle of the womb. No train to miss, no door to force, just me and the pulse and the beautiful chorus. Already on time, already on time. Let the fake alarms die, let the pressure lose its charm. Found a softer kind of power in a regular heartbeat song. No more worship in the rush like it's some premium brand. I put intention in my footsteps, let the day fit in my hand. There's a grace in being present, not impressive, just awake, a deeper kind of momentum than the noise ambition makes. So if the world keeps yelling faster, I just dance around the clan. Cause some of us are built to glow, not simply run the race. Yeah. No delay, I got a second I arrive. I wipe the fog up off my thinking. Now the city got a face, not a maze of obligations, more a living, breathing place. I had fingerprints of old out on the glass of how I saw. Every blessing looked distorted by the stories I was taught. Now the skyline got intention, every block I hit in bloom. Even silence in the kitchen got a little bit of room. Funny how the world gets kinder when you rinse the lens of dread. Suddenly the day ain't hunting, it's unfolding like fresh bread. I can spot the soft details now, little mercies in the frame, like the way the afternoon light lands differently when you change. Everything ain't perfect, but it's vivid and there's more than enough proof that a clearer kind of seeing can restore the human view.
Clean windows, bright view, love got sharper overnight too. I can see the color in the concrete lines, I can see my life and call it mine. Clean windows, open sky, less fear in me, more light inside. A clearer day, a kinder hue, and everything comes honest into view.
I'm not saying every shadow disappear without a trace. I'm just saying I stop handing all my eyesight to the ache. There's a choice in what you polish, there's a prayer in what you tend. You can wash away the wonder with attention and intent. So I open up the curtains in my habits and my speech. Let the obvious beauty become something I can reach. Now my vision got compassion, now my edges got some ease. And the world looks less like pressure when your seeing starts to breathe. Ain't no prize for staying blurry if the truth is trying to shine. So I clean the pain with patience, let the living hit my eyes. That's renewal in the practical, that's a miracle in cloth. Sometimes healing looks like finally seeing what was always yours.
Clear enough to love it, clear enough to live. enough to love it. Oh yeah, ooh, clear enough to live. Clean windows, bright view, love got sharper overnight too. I can see the color in the concrete lines. I can see my life and call it mine. Clean windows, open sky, less fear in me, more light inside. A clearer day, a kinder hue, and everything comes honest into view.
I don't need a mountain moving thunder in my chest all day. Sometimes faith is just a feather that still somehow finds a way. A little yes beneath the ribs, a little lean toward dawn, a calm refusal to believe that all the beauty has withdrawn. Heavy certainty can break you, but this lighter trust can bend. Can't survive a lot of weather and still whisper we gon' mend. I keep it soft on purpose, let conviction breathe and stretch. Cause what is true don't gotta scream to leave a mark that lasts. I've seen quiet hope, I live a whole cathedral made of fear. Seen one steady in the softness carry somebody through a year. So I honor small believing, the kind that moves without display, the kind that knows how to remain when louder things decay. Featherweight faith, light in the hand, strong enough to help me stand. Not made of iron, not made to impress. Just enough hope in a quiet chest. Featherweight faith. Ooh, soft but it stays. I seen small belief outlive 1,000 loud declarations. Seen one decent breath outlast whole storms of speculation. So I treasure the subtle, the almost invisible spark, the kind that keeps on glowing even when the room is dark. That's not weakness, that's design, that's a sacred engineering. A tender kind of courage with it, exceptional hearing. It can hear tomorrow forming in the hush before the day. Featherweight faith, enough to float, enough to stay. And when I lose the outline, when the road gets hard to read, I don't need a giant answer, just a little room to breathe. That's how trust keeps walking, not in armor, not in haste. Just a feather in the pocket and a little bit of grace. Stay low. Light still lifting me. Featherweight faith, featherweight faith. Featherweight faith, featherweight faith. I saw theology and peaches stack in summer geometry. In the vendor saying taste this one, like kindness was economy. Rows of color under awnings, little suns with skin and scent. A whole salmon on abundance, with no need to over-explain. There's a wisdom in ripe timing, and not forcing what ain't due, and letting sweetness gather honestly before you cut it through. I'm applying that to live. Let my gifts arrive with grace, not too green within the place, yeah. Got to peel some lemonade. Oh, fruit stand testimony, sweet and plain. Goodness grows in sun and rain. Taste and see, no need to rush. What is meant for you gets lush. Fruit stand testimony, natural gold on me, yeah. I learned patience from a mango. Learn discernment from a pear. Learn not every shiny promise. That long nourishment in there. Some things look perfect till you bite and find they hollow in the middle. Some things got scars on the surface and still play a better fiddle. So I bless the honest, ripening the process and the proof. The way real substance takes its time to put sugar in the fruit. Now I walk the market humble, grateful for the slower route. Fruit stand testimony, that's what growth be talking about. There's maturity and sweetness that ain't rushed to be admired. The kind that's full from real, so not just painted to look right. That's why I trust the living thing more than the polished sales pitch. What is truly good for you usually carries depth in it. Taste what's real, let it ripen. Let it ripen. Taste what's real. Let it ripen. I used to treat a conversation like a hallway to escape. Now I hear her little galaxies and what the people say. The cashier tells me take care, and I can feel she really means it. A bus driver said good morning, now the avenue gets scenic. There's a richness in the surface when your spirit ain't in armor. Every tiny human exchange can turn the weather softer. We don't always need a breakthrough, sometimes we just need the thread. A warm and passing sentence that puts sunlight in the head. The way somebody says your name like they glide across the air can pull you back to earth and make the whole day feel repaired. I'm telling you, the smallest talk can carry major grace when a real little moment puts some kindness in its place. Oh,
golden small talk, passing sparks, tiny lamps in ordinary darks. A smile, a phrase, a little tune, and a gray day learns to bloom. Golden small talk, light and true, a little warmth between me and you. No grand speech, no grand design, just human gold in a passing line.
I'm collecting little kindness like red records in a crater. How you doing? Said with soap and renovate a whole day. No dead talk in the deli line, no salmon at the store. Just grace and human scale reminding me what people for. When I give it right back to, let my language carry bomb. Not every gift is grand, some of them just make a room feel calm. That's the shine I'm into now, approachable and true. A simple golden sentence can make strangers feel brand new. So I slow down when I'm speaking, let the kids stay in the tone. Cause a hurried little answer makes somebody feel alone. But a warm word with a heartbeat that can land and linger long, like the smallest golden chorus in the middle of the song. Talk like, mean it. Talk like, mean it. Talk like.
Golden small talk, golden small talk,
Talk like,
golden small talk. small talk. Golden small talk. Golden small talk. Golden small talk.
I want a heart like good linen, clean, breathable, and light. Not stiff with or resentment, not wrinkled up by spite. Something you can live inside when summer gets intense. Something made for honest weather and a little elegance. I iron out the needles, let my motives hang in sun. Trying to wear integrity like it was tailored one by one. No costume or perfection, just a fabric that can last. Soft enough for present love, strong enough for moving past. I'm done with heavy textures that impress but never keep. Done with all the scratchy pride that never lets the body sleep. Give me character with airflow, give me grace that feels like home. A heart you don't have to survive, a heart you get to own.
Fickle in a heart, easy in the heat. Pure enough to rest, strong enough to beat. I don't need a heart or soul, I just need a cleaner fold. Good linen heart, soft and well made.
I'm done with heavy textures that impress but never breathe. Done with brittle forms of pride that cut the ones they seek to keep. Give me decency with texture, give me grace with tailored seams. Give me calm and human color, not some mama grand extreme. Cause love should feel inhabitable, not like a museum rope. It should move with you, forgive with you, make room for daily hope. That's the garment I'm investing in, that's the luxury I know. A good linen heart with space to glow. And if it wrinkles in the living good, that means it's being worn. That means it held a real embrace, that means it stayed through weather storms. I'd rather have a heart with history than one too scared to crease. A little lived in softness, a little well-kept peace. Fresh flow, fresh flow, fresh soul.
Oh, oh, oh.
Blessings started coming, I made sure to keep my shape. Didn't turn abundance arrogant, didn't let success inflate. Cause the tide can lift your boat and still reveal your manners quick. How you speak when doors are open says a lot about your trip. I want prosperity with courtesy, expansion without brag. A larger life with cleaner hands, not ego with a flag. So I practice being gracious even while the waters rise. There's a dignity in thriving that don't need a loud disguise. I've seen game make people clumsy, make them harder than before. Like abundance was a stage and all the water kinda short. But I want the good life softer, more generous in its use. A bigger sky above my head with no excuse to lose the truth.
High tide manners, lift is smooth. Still got kindness in the groove. As the waters bless the shore, I stay gentle even more. High tide manners, rise and remain sweet.
I've seen fortune make a fool out of a spirit with no flaws. Seen applause exposing emptiness that wasn't there before. So I anchor in humility like better to steer the room. Let expansion smell like flowers, not expensive perfume. There's a beauty in increase when your heart remains so trained. When the rise don't make you careless, when the gain don't make you strange. That's the wave I'm trying to catch, that's the ocean I endorse. High tide manners with a soulful course. A full table means more room to feed, not just more room to boast. A better season in your life should make you kinder to the close. So if the tide comes generous, I meet it with good form. And let success arrive, refine all our pain. Just one.
Rise, stay kind. stay kind.
I spent years looking outward for a language that could name me, chasing borrowed constellations, hoping something grand would claim me. Then I found a steadier answer in the texture of my days, in the tones that make me kinder, in the rhythms that make me stay. Home ain't always a location, sometimes home is how you hear, how your spirit meets a moment and decides it can live here. I tuned out all the static of becoming for display, found my signal in the present and let the noise decay. There was no giant doorway, no dramatic holy sign, just a deepening recognition that this pulse was already mine. And the more I stopped performing, the more the sound got true, till my life began to echo like a room I finally knew. I'm home in the frequency, warm in the wave. No need to be anybody else to feel completely safe. Home in the frequency, finally receiving me. Home in the frequency, this is where I breathe.
Now my choices sound aligned, now my heartbeat got a room. Now my joy don't ask permission every time it wants to bloom. I can hear myself more clearly than the pressure of the crowd. That's a holy kind of volume, that's a beautiful aloud. And if the world gets noisy, I don't vanish, I just tune back to what is true. And living in the low and in the moon, that's the lesson of the whole thing, that's the final groove to me. Peace is not a far-off country, it's a frequency.
And once you find that station, all the static starts to thin. You stop begging out of chaos to explain the light within. That's arrival without spectacle, that's belonging without plea. A quiet full body, yes, to being exactly me, yeah. No more searching for the door, I was in the signal,
I was in the sun,
I was in the song.
I know some people walking with their confidence on crutches, second guessing every blessing, overthinking every touch. So I keep a few lanterns in the language that I bring, not to preach, not to rescue, just to help the dog get thin. I know what it is to question whether Joe will let you in, to stand outside your own life like you missed the opening. That's why I speak in ways that leave a doorway in the air, cause a sentence with some faith can make a stranger feel repaired. Sometimes hope arrives modest, not in thunder, not in flames, but in someone sounding certain that your worth is not a game. The kind of light matters when the mind is full of weather. A small bright human voice can help the whole self come together.
Lanterns for the doubters, little lights in hand,
closer to the glow.
Lanterns for the doubters.
Enough light to go.
Lanterns for the doubters.
Enough light to go. I'm not handing out illusions, I'm not painting plastic skies. I'm just saying that's the mercy here that fear can't summarize. Take the spark of perspective, take this honest melody. Take this proof that softer futures can begin immediately. Sometimes all you need is witness, not a 1,000-point debate. A calming human voice reminding you it ain't too late. So I raise my lantern gently where the unsure people roam, and let the light suggest the way back home. No pressure in my tone, no performance in the care. Just enough warmth to remind you there is breathable air. That's how I wanna show up, not as answer, more a sign. A lantern for the doubters when the road forgets to shine. Not forever, just enough for the next step. Not forever, just enough for the next step.
I learned sweetness ain't denial, it's a craft of composition. How to cut a bitter moment with a wiser intuition. Not pretending lemons honey, not romanticizing hate. Just respecting what is taught and what some patience finna make. I got pictures of perspective on the counter of my mind. A little salt, a little laugh, a little let me give it time. That's grown joy, not cartoon joy, that's deliberate and clear. Turning roughness and refreshment without lying to the year. There's a recipe for balance and it starts with what is true. Then you add a little mercy till the sharpness softens through. I ain't scared of sour notes if they could season what I know. Some are life but some are lessons. Start with something hard to hold.
Lemonade philosophy, cool glass in the heat. Take what life is offering and make it something sweet. Not by force, not by plea, by intention and a little melody. Lemonade philosophy, slow stir, bright soul.
Some folks worship business like it proves they understand, but I've seen gratitude do deeper work with much steadier hands. I can hold this thing and still invent a gentler aftertaste. That's an art from in the spirit, that's maturity with grace. So I squeeze the day respectful, let the sunlight hit the rim. Add a little honest wonder, let the ice cube sing a hymn. And I pass the whole thing round, cause goodness grows when shared. That's lemonade philosophy, transform and be prepared. Not every season sweet by nature, some require what you bring. A patient kind of alchemy, a wiser way of seeing things. That's why I keep my sugar human, keep my measure clean and free. And let the tar become a teacher instead of enemy. Stir it slow,
let the bride come through. Let the bride come through. Stir it slow, let the bride come through. Stir it slow.
There's a barber on the corner with a sermon in his grin. A lady watering flowers like she blessing all the wind. Kids chalking up a planet on the tide sidewalk square. And the cook inside the diner turning hunger into care. I seen holiness and handshakes in the stupor 4:30. And the way a whole apartment sings through one open door. We be chasing grand salvation in some abstract polished place, while the neighborhood been glowing with redemption in its face. A bike will cuss the evening and it sound like joy on purpose. Somebody sweeping their front step like devotion in the service. I'm telling you, the local got a heaven of its own. If you slow your spirit down enough to feel what's being shown. Welcome to the neighborhood of miracles. Every block a little hymn. Every porch light, every voice, every ordinary brim. Miracles live close, closer than we think. Miracles live close, right beside the sink. Mechanic fixing hope beneath the hood and radio static. A mother braiding patience while the evening turns cinematic. This ain't mythology to me, this the daily sacred proof that love was worth close to and still can levitate a roof. So I walk these little streets like they deserve a standing ovation, cause survival with tenderness is a gorgeous form of creation. The map got treasure on it, but the X is where you stand. Right here in the neighborhood, right here in human hands. I've seen tired people offer what they barely had to spend. Somehow make the block feel like there's extra oxygen in the air. That's the miracle I trust, not distant grand or rare, just the local kind of beauty that keeps finding us right there.
Miracles got addresses, sometimes they're next door.
Miracles live close, closer than we think. Miracles live close, right beside the sink. Riding through the city while the tired windows glow. I count the things that help me up that nobody would know. The chair that kept on waiting, the friend who checked at 9, the meal that met me gently when I didn't feel divine. Gratitude gets cinematic on a night bus seat alone. Every small support system starts to shine like polished chrome. I'm not making life a fantasy, I'm just noticing the net. How many quiet mercies keep us from collapsing when we bend. The street lamp hits the glass and suddenly I see it clear. How much of what sustains me rarely ever makes the rear. Not cause it isn't precious, but cause it's faithful and routine. And sometimes the most holy things are hiding in the plain. Night bus to gratitude, rolling slow through blue. Every dim lit kindness coming back into view. From the back row of the dark, I can see how blessed we are. Night bus to gratitude,
Homebound in the glow.
The city hums like reassurance. All the storefronts half asleep, and I'm thinking about the ordinary ways my life gets kept.
not by miracles that split the sky, though those are welcome too. More by steady human goodness and the things we always use. So I whisper thanks to plumbing, to good shoes, to second tries, to songs that know my sadness and still leave me feeling bright. Night bus to gratitude, that's a holy little route where the humble things line up and spell abundance out. To blankets and the notebooks, to charge phones in the rain. To people who speak gently when your head is full of pain. The route keeps moving slowly and my heart keeps naming proof, till the whole night feels like mercy in a moving little room.
Last ride home. Oh, still thankful. Still thankful. Last ride home. Oh, still thankful. Still thankful.
I believe in gentle power like the wind around noon. Not dramatic like a thunderclap, but steady like a tune. It don't need a spotlight sermon, don't demand you kneel in fear. It just cools the back of your neck and says you're safe in here. That's the doctrine that I'm keeping. Softness can be structurally strong. A quiet force can still correct what somewhere else went wrong. I've seen tenderness outlast the whole mythology of grit. Seen ease do beautiful work where pressure never fit. There's an intelligence and calm that panic never gets to know. A wiser form of influence in how you move and what you hold. So I trust the kind of strength that doesn't have to bruise the room. More like shade at the right hour, more like air in summer noon.
Noon breeze doctrine, cool and kind. A better way to hold the mind. Not by strength, not by fight, but by making room for life. Noon breeze doctrine, soft strength on me.
I used to worship harshness like it had a VIP pass, till I noticed all that worship just kept breaking all my glass. Now I trust the kind of approach, the wise pace, the loosened fist, the way a peaceful disposition can't be bullied off his gift. That ain't passive, that's precision, that's selective energy. That's a soul with proper ventilation and emotional clarity. So I move like midday weather when the city needs relief. Noon breeze doctrine underneath. And if the world keeps glamorizing pain as proof that you care, I'll still choose a cleaner wisdom, still choose breathable air. Cause healing loves good conditions and truth don't need a shove. Sometimes the strongest thing in motion is a well-aimed form of love.
Cool enough to heal, strong enough to stay. Cool enough to heal, strong enough to stay.
I keep a little dawn in my jacket like a private kind of flame. Not for flex, not for rescue, just to brighten up the frame. When the avenue is heavy and the headlines feel like stone, I touch the hidden color and I know I'm not alone. There's a discipline of wonder, there's a craft inside the light. It ain't naive to love the day, it's how you sharpen up your sight. I see miracles look ordinary in a coffee cup at 8, in a bust-up conversation, in a stranger hold a story. I got a pocket full of sunrise, I can spend it all day long. On a tight little corner, on a heart that needs a song. Gold in the small things, shine in the flame. A soft revolution running warm through my veins. Ooh. Ain't every blessing loud, some more than whisper from the curb. In the kindness of a glance, in the careful choice of words. I'm not waiting for the fireworks to prove the sky is nice. Sometimes heaven looks exactly like a second chance at light. So I tip a little beauty where the shadows gather thick, like a vendor with good fruit and a smile that always sticks. That's wealth to me, a spirit with enough to overflow. A
Pocket full of sunrise and a reason to bestow. Keep some light on you.
I got movement in my laughter, little currents in my grin, a way of staying fluid when the pressure closes in. Some people treat joy fragile like it shatters if you use it, but mine got traveling and mine knows exactly how to move. I laugh from somewhere older than embarrassment imposed, from a place that knows survival and still somehow chooses rose. There's a river in that sound and it rinses what is stuck, turns a hard and tired moment into slightly better luck. It's the kind of laugh that loosens every bolt around the chest, makes the room remember softness, makes the spirit sit and rest. Not a performance, not a trick, just a living kind of art, where relief and joy and memory all meet inside the heart. There's a river in my lap, running clean, running fast, washes the dust off the day, carries the heaviness away. River in my lap, river in my lap, let it run through me. Not a laugh or hiding pain, more a laugh that makes it breathe, like opening a window in the room of what you grieve. I've seen humor heal the ego, seen the light repair the spine, seen one honest burst of laughter put perspective back in line. So I keep it close and holy, not as gimmick, not as mask, more like medicine with rhythm and a friendly little flask. Take a sip, let it ripple, let the soul remember craft. There's a river in my lap, and when the air gets heavy, when the night leans too far in, that current starts reminding me how life can move again. A good laugh ain't disrespectful to the hard things that we've had. Sometimes it's the cleanest bridge between the broken and the glad. So with me, ooh, lighten up. Oh, lighten up. Myself some inner shoes for when the ground gets strange, not for running from the weather, just for moving through the change. Cause life could flip the furniture and still I got my steps, still a rhythm in the ribcage, still a little laugh flip. I'm not immune to heavy, I just learned a softer skill, how to carry my own spirit without breaking it at will. When the week is all dramatic, I don't wrestle every scene, I put music in my posture and let patience keep me clean. There's a wisdom in good footing when the moment tries to slide, certain kind of freedom when your balance lives inside. I don't need the road to love me, I just need to know my pace, and the beat inside my body usually helps me find my way. I got shoes for dancing through the doubt and through the rain. Not denial, not confusion, just some joy inside the strain. Shoes for dancing through it, grace with a backbeat to it. Shoes for dancing through it, light feet, steady spirit. Pressure try to
sell me panic, said it matched me with my code. I said thanks, but I look better in resilience and in hope. Now I pivot with intention, let the roughness miss my pride. I can two-step through uncertainty with breath as my guide. That's maturity to me, not a face that never cracks, but a body that remembers how to groove and bounce back. So when the sidewalk gets uneven, I don't curse the whole design. I just trust my inner footwear and keep time. Let the storm do what it's doing, I ain't obligated to break. I can move with all that motion and still keep my center safe. That style under pressure, that's the soul with train control. Dancing through it till the tension turns to rhythm in the soul. Still dancing, still mine. I got shoes for dancing through it, through the doubt and through the rain. Not denial, not confusion, just some joy inside the strain. Shoes for dancing through it, grace with a backbeat to it. Shoes for dancing through it, light feet, steady spirit.
I don't romanticize the hustle, I romanticize the form. The daily little practices to keep the spirit warm. Water on the plans, page in the notebook, stretched before the call. A life is built in skylight, not just in dramatic walls. This sublime can glow too, it ain't always boots and bark. Sometimes it's gentle repetition, making order out the dark. I'm in love with useful rhythms where routines will leave room. With the kind of self-respect that makes an ordered morning bloom. There's devotion and consistency when it's rooted in self-love. Not punishment, not pressure, just alignment from above. I ain't trying to be rigid, I'm just trying to stay clear. And a few bright daily rituals keep the whole design stand.
Skylight, discipline, bright and thin. Quiet little ways I let the good life in. Not punishment, not a chain, just sun on structure, joy and frame. Skylight, discipline, bright and thin. Quiet little ways I let the good life in. Not punishment, not a chain, just sun on structure, joy and frame. Skylight, discipline, skylight, discipline.
I keep my promises in miniature, that's how trust begins. Not with giant declarations, but with faithful little wins. Make the bed, make the tea, make some room for the mind. You'll be shocked what starts aligning when your habits get kind. That's the architecture I'm praising, that's the beauty in the grind. A luminous consistency with soul in the design. So I polish up the basics till they sing when daylight hits. Skylight, discipline, simple, clean and rich. Cause chaos loves neglect, but peace responds to gentle care. And what you do repeatedly becomes the weather there. So I keep the window open in my schedule and my chest. And let discipline, devotion make the ordinary bless. Bright habit, build me, yeah.
I don't need a room to bow to know my value got a throne. There's a royalty in calm when you can stand inside your own. Not a king from domination, not a crown made out of fear. More like self-respect and linen with some joy behind the ear. I quit performing for applause, I never learned my middle name. Started building from the inside, now my peace don't need a claim. There's a softness in my posture, don't confuse it for retreat. I'm just strong enough to listen and too grounded to compete. I'll let silence do some talking, let composure set the tone. Cause the loudest kind of presence usually ain't the deepest one. I'd rather leave a room more breathable than shake it with display. That's a richer kind of power, that's a cleaner kind of sway. Soft crown energy, saddened in the soul. No loud insecurity, trying to control. I don't have to conquer just to know I'm free. I wear grace like velvet. Soft crown energy, soft crown energy, quiet and complete. Gold in my balance, peace in how I speak. No heavy hand on me, just ease with dignity. I let ego miss the meeting, let comparison go home. Ain't no need to climb a ladder when the sky is in your bones. Some power breaks the table, some power pours the tea. Some power tells the truth and leaves the room in dignity. I've been studying composure like a sacred architecture, learning how a quiet spirit changes every little texture. So if I walk in with ease, that's a language, not a pose. That's the fruit of inner weather, finally learning how to glow. And if they call it subtle good, the deepest rivers do that too. They don't beg to be impressive, they just carry some true. I'm in love with clean authority, the kind that never has to shove. The kind that makes the room feel safer just because it's made of love. No proving, still precious, still me.
Still precious, still me. I finally won some battles that I never posted up. Little wars inside the silence, quiet ways I didn't fold. So my victory lap different, less champagne, more deep breath. More walk around my spirit, giving thanks I didn't quit. I don't need a loud parade to verify what changed. I could feel it in my boundaries and the peace behind my name. That's a sweeter kind of triumph, that's a trophy I can trust. Growth that don't require witnesses still shines enough. Some victories look humble, like saying no and meaning it. Like sleeping through the night again, like feeling safe inside your skin. I honor all those quiet wins, the ones nobody clapped for, cause they were building me in secret into something stronger, softer.
Tender victory lap, round and slow, honoring the places only I would know.
No big noise, no flashing lights, just a heart that made it through some nights.
Tender victory lap,
soft wind, real glow. I clap for my becoming with compassion in the palms. Not a heart in judging pride, more a healed and grateful calm. Every habit that got cleaner, every fear that lost its throne. Every time I chose my worth and kept my spirit whole. So I circle back in gratitude to every form of me. The confused one, the tired one, the one still learning ease. Tender victory lap, that's how I celebrate the fact that I came back softer, brighter than intact. I don't shame the old versions, I thank them for the road, for carrying what they could until I learned a better mode. That's maturity to me, to win and still stay kind, to meet your heel reflection with affection in the eyes. Made it kindly. Kindly.
tender victory lap, round and slow, honoring the places only I would know.
No big noise, no flashing lights, just a heart that made it through some nights.
Tender victory lap,
Soft wind, real glow.
and that's enough before the damage got released. Before the fake politeness turn my spirit into grease. There's wisdom in the doorway, power in the clean goodbye. Not every room deserves a genius, not every noise gets tried. I used to overstay in habits like a guess afraid of truth. Smiling through the shrinking of my boundaries in my youth. Now I honor my own signal when the energy gets cheap. I leave early from the chaos and come home to better sleep. That ain't cold as cultivation, that's protection with some class. Knowing when the solstice go and not pretending it should last. A graceful exit saves a lot to staying late and slowly still. Sometimes peace begins the second you decide to keep it real.
The art of leaving early, the grace of knowing when. I don't owe my whole life to every crowded inn. Leaving early, still loving myself. Leaving early, keeping something left. Still loving myself. Leaving early, keeping something left.
This ain't ghosting what is sacred, this ain't fear dressed up as class. It's discernment and some good shoes letting nonsense let me pass. I can bless it from a distance, I can wave and keep my glow. I'm mature and lovely, no, it's still a generous thing to know. Cause protection is productive and exhaustion ain't a badge. I'd rather save my sweetness than be praised for being dragged. So if the vibe is crooked, if the soul text absurd, I practice the art of leaving with a smile and one good word. And I learned the body knows before the mind can make a case. There's a tightening in the chest when a room ain't your place. So I trust that inner wisdom, let my spirit keep its shape and leave before my peace gets negotiated away respectfully.